All right, how you doing? I have a lot to share with you. A lot of things happened to me in the last couple of weeks. You can now see my confused face trying to read some Korean. I do live in South Korea, and I had to take a corona test in order to give it for administration reasons when I come back in France. So what you're seeing here is me being pretty much worried because you go there and you're not really sure if you have it or not. You don't want to have it because you pay $200 for the test and you're like, I don't really want to have it. So this is the thing, and it all happens in the small booth that you just saw right there. It was pretty surprising. I just wanted to say that I tested negative, obviously, and everything is very fine. So that was the thing. And then, as I'm telling you, I was about to go to France. The way there, well, everything was all right. Take the subway, going through most of Seoul to go to Incheon International Airport. Everything was very beautiful. I always love to take the train when I'm going through Seoul, especially when I'm going across the rivers like this. It's always really nice. And then when you keep going, you actually go above the ocean, which is very beautiful. I really like that way. That specific way to the airport is really beautiful. Everything is so modern in the train. And then I came in the airport. I have to whisper because I'm afraid I will make some noise and there's nobody. I was so shocked to see an international airport, and not the smallest one of the most frequented international airport, empty. Nobody inside. A couple people, but they were working here. I was so surprised, and I'm gonna tell you, that was the fastest check-in that I ever did. It took me like a couple seconds. It was very crazy. And not just there, when you get behind, in the restrooms, everywhere, every single area of that airport were empty of people. It was one of the most surreal experiences that I had. What you can see now is when you get behind, when you're about to board the plane, you go to the gates, and every single gate was empty as well. And by the way, it's a very beautiful airport. I really love this about Incheon Airport. Very beautiful, very clean. Everything looks so modern, which really fits my personal taste, if I can say. And now you can see my gates, and there were a couple people above and nobody below. All those seats right now should have been, crowded of people everywhere, like, eating, reading books, and just waiting for the plane. There was nobody. It was absolutely unbelievable. To pass time, I was just looking outside to see what, the airport was up to, and I could see that the airport was still very busy. And I learned afterwards that it's actually cheaper to let the planes fly rather than to keep them on the grounds and having to pay all the maintenance costs. Then I got into my plane. That's the video that I did right when I got in. So you see, I was like, all right, it's okay. There are a couple people and everything, maybe not too many. And then I looked behind me and I was like, all right, still nobody in this huge 320 passengers plane. And I was waiting. I was like, okay, people are gonna come in. And nobody came. We just took off. We were in a 777, which is about 320 people, something around that. And we were 20 inside, 20 people inside that plane. So it was absolutely insane. I'm so happy to be able to have that experience, to have the whole plane for me. And then I took some videos about everything that I was doing because everything was so peaceful. The funny thing about the meals were that usually, they come with a big trolley, the big cart in the middle of the alley, and they just propose you stuff. But because we were so few in the planes, the flight attendant actually came with the small piece of paper and was like, all right, what do you want to eat? Just pick something. We have a full plane of food and just take what you want. And then she just went back with the small piece of paper, as you can see then, and just went into the kitchen and just brought us back the stuff we wanted. And we had tons of additional food. It was just so nice. And of course, a lot of additional seats. So I could go, back and forward and lower my seat and just go take the 3 seats behind to make myself a bed. It was so amazing. And if I can encourage you to do anything when you're flying at any time, obviously you're not going to have a plane like that full of empty seats for you, but look outside the window. It's just so amazing to see the clouds from above, because usually you only see the shadows from below, you only see the reflection. And being able to see the clouds like that, just gracefully casting their shadows on the ground, is very magical. It's a feeling that you get only when you're up there, and I strongly recommend to enjoy the experience when you're there. Don't do like some people do, and you just go 12 hours long and you're like, all right, fuck it, 12-hour movies, let's go. So thank you so much for sharing these moments with me, and I will see you next time. Take care.